All right, this is the Israelite School, Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of One West under Commander General Yohana, and we've been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native American people that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And since 1969, what we've been doing is leading Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into the right direction. And what would the right direction be? Because a lot of people believe that there are many paths. That's what a lot of people believe. If you listen to I don't want to get the sister's name. I believe it was maybe Yolanda Adams said God might be a woman. How do we know? It was one of the singing famous singing Christians said that we might be serving a female God. So that's pretty much what she said. But that wouldn't be going the right direction, right?
So that would be going completely opposite.
Yeah. Steve Harvey has said there's more than one way to get to God, but the right direction would actually be leading people towards Christ,
right?
Because Christ is the mediator of the New Testament for those that were under the Old Testament. So if we lead you to a different God, if we lead you to a female God, or we lead you to, Islam or Buddhism or Judaism, we wouldn't be leading you to Christ, which is the mediator, and you wouldn't be under the new covenant, right? You wouldn't be following and meeting the requirements of the new covenant. So if I can get John 14:6, Baba Kasha. And, tonight's class is called, Open the Book. And Azar War, he got a saying. He says, don't let them open the book on you. And what that means is, the way I understand it is, don't let all the things that you've been doing wrong get open and there's a record on it. Do the right thing so, there's not a long list of transgressions or a long list of just terrible things that you've done. But we're going to start off with that scripture, John 14:6, and we're going to get into it.
Khan. This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way.
He is the what?
I am the way.
A way is a direction. Which way should I go? You should go towards the way of Christ because there's no other way.
Right.
Don't listen to people and let them tell you. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, so-called, don't let them tell you that there's different ways. Christ is saying what?
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
The life. That's what we want. We want life. We don't want death. Even though the United States, even though our oppressor has made a culture of death, right, and every single thing that it does, Christ said he is life. Let me get that one more time from the top.
Khan, this is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
The truth and the life. Christ is letting you know right there, like, yo, if you need to know how to get to my Father, you go through me.
Right.
If you need to know, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, Christ can tell you. So, like, you had something that you wanted to bring out?
Sir, I just had a precept I wanted to pull for you.
Most High Christ. Let's get to it.
So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 6.
Right.
It says, in all thy ways, acknowledge him.
In all thy ways, acknowledge him. So, like, what I'm gonna do, hopefully, this isn't too much of a distraction. I'm gonna try to join with you real quick.
Okay.
Let me turn my sound down, and what I'll do is while you looking at everything and reading, since you'll be reading too, I'm gonna see if I can actually put the verses in there for us. So let me go ahead and enter the studio real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, I don't need to have let me see. Let me turn off that. All right, so I'm in there with you. So give me 1 second. And if you could read that one more time from the top.
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
That's what we need to be getting you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans too. But you want to know what the problem is? What the problem is this. The problem is that we have respecter of persons.
Right.
we have something that's called, matter of fact, I want to look that up real quick because it's something amazing that I had looked up. It's about celebrities. It's about how we worship celebrities, and we have a type of syndrome. Give me 1 second. All right. So there's a psychological term. I had brought this out when Captain Tazayawan, had a class, and he was bringing out something similar. But there's something called celebrity worship syndrome or celebrity obsession disorder. And what that is described as is an obsessive addictive disorder where fans develop an overly intense, sometimes pathological fascination existing on a continuum from mild enjoyment to extreme uncontrollable behavior. So what that's saying is you guys are obsessed with celebrities. And the reason why I'm bringing that out is because if you could pull up something for me, because they won't take our words for it. But if we look at Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and 23, let's get to that real quick, because we'll listen to that, but we won't listen to
13 and 3.
Yeah, 13 and 3. If you could, Baba Kashar.
Hey, Salakia, if I may too.
Yeah, no sweat.
It's heavy. It's a heavy point on what you bringing out, and it's a movie that sums up everything that you saying right now, and it's called Swarm.
Swarm.
Yeah, and it was this sister, and she was infatuated with Beyonce, and she was going around killing people because of idol worship, because she was idolizing this woman.
And it was a movie, or it really happened?
It's a movie based off a true story.
Good night. Go ahead, let's read that so we can get into it.
Khan, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, in verse, you said 3?
Yeah, if you 23.
So like in verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. You
want to know why? Because we've developed into a society that if you're rich and famous and popular, we believe everything that you say. We believe that we need to map our lives the way you do as a celebrity. That's what we believe. One more time from the top.
Khan. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
But when we speak as a poor man, when we say that Christ is the only way, when we say that the law is still here, everybody doesn't want to listen to us because we're not rich. You're not obsessed with us. So therein lies one of the problems that we have. Let me see. Ecclesiasticus is actually something I could share. So I'll put that on the screen and we'll read that one more time. As I said, but I might not keep this here the whole time. I might go ahead and just close this and continue reading, because this is a little bit, seems like it's in the way, but no sweat. We'll just try it this time. Give me 1 second to go ahead and share that with y'all. All right, if we can read that one more time.
Khan. When a rich, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
They listen to everything he says. And I want to keep bringing this out so we can stop doing this type of thing, because that's the way that our oppressor is able to utilize the lost Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans against their own people.
Right.
Because they'll take a loss, or a completely manipulated, rich and famous, Israelite, and put them up on a pedestal in front of us. And then there's an issue when they say something wrong and we all believe it. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right. Slovakia. All right, continue.
And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds.
Every single thing that person will say, they just lift it up to the clouds.
Right.
Like when when we look at every single rapper, when they talk about, you know, the lifestyle that they live, about drugs, when they talk about the lifestyle that they have, went from selling drugs to using it, what did black people do? We got hooked on syrup. We got hooked on codeine. We became a culture of pill popping idiots that just zone out and have heart attacks.
Right.
This brother's having heart attacks on stage. Go ahead, no sweat.
A concert, and a lot of young brothers and sisters don't even know that their favorite artist is part of the regime, is part of the agenda.
Right.
They're pushing for you to be oppressed and sad and wanting to be reliant on these drugs. Like the brother is saying. It's like it.
No sweat. The water for that. All right. But what we want to get into, and we'll continue, is, you know, when I'm saying that we should, you know, go ahead and let me get this out the way. If I need to share something else, I'll go ahead and share it. I don't want to have it. So
I got the app up too, just in case.
Okay, no sweat. Yeah, if you pull up the Bible app, that's the best one that I've been able to share. If you find something else, you know, just feel free.
Okay.
But I kind of want this out the way. I might go ahead and close it. I don't know if that's going to mess anything up. If I go ahead and shut it down. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and shut it down. I'll open it back up if necessary. But you know, we need to, you know, start devoting our time, you know, more constructively to the Most High and do His work, because there's a lot of people that are speaking great words against the Most High, and we need to speak, you know, even greater words against this kingdom that is literally run by Satan incarnate on earth.
Right.
You know, when we look at it, we spend a lot of time throughout the week doing different stuff. You know, how much time do we actually devote to doing the work of the Lord? Like, how much time do we actually devote to doing the time of the Lord? Like, I was looking at it, Locker Rob, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, how much time is in a day? 24 hours. But if you look at it even at a smaller measurement, you know, of the numbers, there are 86,400 seconds in a day, right? How much of that day are you giving to the Most High? Because, you know, when I was a Christian, I used to pray and, you know, want the Most High to do everything under the sun for me. But out of those 86,400 seconds as a Christian, I didn't do nothing for the Most High. I just asked and continued to sin and transgress against the law. When I looked at it further, I'm like, well, how much time is in a week? As far as seconds are concerned, there are 604,800 seconds in a week. So a week goes, we still good on? Oh, no sweat. There is 600,000 something seconds in a week, right? But throughout that whole week that we had, especially with you being a priest, we got troopers, we got officers, captains, generals, you know, and we do the work of the Most High here. But I know it might be some times where there's things going on in brothers' lives, and whether you inside the school or you outside the school, you got to think, how many seconds have you put in for the Most High this work?
Right.
Like, even the sisters could be doing stuff. Like, if your Ottawa got to go to camp, you know, help the brother get his clothes together. Make sure he got something to eat. You know, make sure that there's no other stresses, because sometimes camp can be a stressful thing for a brother, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's clockwork for other brothers. You know, to each his own. But if the way a sister can assist that brother is to help him have a easier time at the crib, not so much arguing. That's literally devoting time to the Lord, because you're doing what the Lord says. And for the brothers that, you know about social media, and there's all this other stuff that go around, if there's 2.6 million, you know, seconds in a month, how many of those seconds has a brother or sister put in for the Most High? Because if you mean to tell me out of that 2.6 million seconds you had to do something, and you ain't even do nothing for a second,
right? That's
crazy. Or even an hour throughout the whole month, you ain't do nothing. That's why this is called open the book, because you want to open that book before one is open on you.
on, sir.
You want to open out of that book and you want to seek out of that book. Let me get Isaiah 34 and 16 if I could, Baba Kasha. And if it gets too much for you to go back and forth, just let me know. I can go ahead and type it up because let me see. It shouldn't be that hard. Let me see.
It's all good.
All right, no sweat. I might come back in there. We'll see how it is.
Just making sure. Throw it up there.
But yeah, how much time have you put in, for Most High? How much? How much time have you put in? Because we need to get into, at least open up the scriptures and read, because that'll even influence and provide the right type of spirit that you need to keep putting in the work. Because at a certain point in time, there's not going to be no more internet.
Right.
There's not going to be no more internet. If you could type in Bible app, and I promise it won't be as many. I ain't gonna promise, just in case I'm wrong. But if you type in Bible app in a different joint,
I got the other one up too.
Okay, no sweat. Yeah, because the Bible app, you can search so fast in it, it don't even make no sense. I wish you could see the tabs on mine, but no sweat. So we in Isaiah 34 and 16, and I'll get there with you too. Isaiah 34 and 16, because that's
Bible Gateway.
No, it's the Bible app, but it's called like YouVersion.
I got it. It's up right now.
All right, Most High in Christ.
Share it to the screen.
But how much time do you even consider opening up the scriptures and reading out of them? Because a lot of us, we just get complacent and, okay, I haven't been eating pork.
Right.
It's nothing on the screen, by the way. I haven't been eating pork. I haven't been, doing this, that, and the fourth that I did in the world. But that's supposed to be a light thing. That's supposed to be a light thing. I can add it back. Is it back on there?
It's on there, but where are you at? Oh, there it goes.
All right, no sweat. But that is a light thing. So let's go ahead and read Isaiah 34 and 16. Baba Kasha.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord. Read.
And read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
Right. And what do we say? So none of the scriptures will fail, but none shall know her mate. Don't try to pair up another book like the book of Enoch with this.
Right.
It doesn't go with it. Don't try to pair up the Quran with this. It just doesn't go with it.
Right.
Don't try to take up the writings that are associated with Buddha and Greek mythology. It doesn't pair up. Open up the book and read. At least get some time in, reading to lift your spirit up. At least get some counsel. Seek out the men above you and wear out the doorstep of the prophets and the priests, so that you can get your spirit up and become strong. And even when you are weak, say that you are strong and build your spirit up, because it's about time to start putting in more and more time for the Lord, because you really gonna need the Lord in these coming years. You really gonna need the Lord in these coming years. Let me get Revelations chapter 3 and verse 5, Baba Kasha. Because just think of it this way. You ever heard of the saying, you don't miss your water until your well runs dry?
Khan, sir.
That's a heavy saying, because don't get to the point to where the Lord has to remind you and send you a reminder of what you should be doing and where you should be at. Because that's when you start to remember, like, man, I remember when I didn't have, so much pain and torture in my life. I remember when I used to have, decent finances, like, and then the things that you became complacent with, you look at as a luxury when it's gone. But if you could read that.
Khan, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 5. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name
Right.
out of the book of life.
Listen, man, Read that one more time from the top.
Khan. He that overcometh.
We have to overcome. We have to, all this temptation that's out here, all of these things that we have going on in our lives, we have to overcome it. Read.
The same shall be clothed in white raiment.
Right.
And I will not blot out his name out of the book of life.
Right. Drop that. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
Khan.
We need to get to the point to where this is our life and our actual culture, because a lot of the things that we had in the world, we've kept that and made that our culture.
Right.
A lot of the things that come from the world that Black people involve in their lives, we brought out how that's literally just culture that was given to us from oppression. It's something we came up with through oppression. And we need to get to the point to where the Lord just completely takes that away from us. He completely takes the oppressive, culture that we had completely away, and we can do all of the things that we were supposed to do as actual human beings, because we don't even, if you're in the world and you don't even know who you are as a person on this earth, what nation you belong to, you're not even fully human. Like as far as how you get to operate, how much freedom you have. I don't want to take it to the point and sound like an oppressor and say, what is it? 2/3 of a man, whatever they said, like 3/5 or something crazy. 3/5. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about, do you actually know what freedom is? Do you actually know what it is to belong to a nation? Because not having a cultural identity and a cultural actually causes psychological trauma. It actually causes psychological trauma. But go ahead, you can read that, because I just want to bring something out.
Khan, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment,
right?
A proverb and a byword among all nations.
A byword amongst all nations. That's Deuteronomy 28 and 37. When we walk around here, and the reason why I'm saying we should put in more time, we should know that Christ is, the way and the direction that we should go. We shouldn't be listening to just rich people because they have money, is because we're at a point to where we can have a rich person like LeBron, who is considered the greatest basketball player, on the court right now, and we'll look at him with some type of esteem and money and this, that, and the fourth. But if you look at the people that he comes from, we're a byword.
Right.
We're considered the niggers. We're considered the 13%. They call us things like roaches. They call the children of God thugs and criminals. We've become a byword. People get to pretend or actually, have a fear of us out of what they see and what image has been put on TV. There's an actual psychological term for the fear of Black people.
You said for the fear of them?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's ridiculous. It's called negrophobia. I'm gonna read it. It says, crazy. Go ahead.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
The irrational fear of Black people is a form of racism often referred to as negrophobia or Afrophobia. This fear is rooted in historical, systemic issues and can have significant negative impacts on both individuals and society. So they're able to manipulate who we are based off of us losing our cultural identity. Because for the life of me, I pray and hope that I get to see the day where every single person on this earth knows that we are the children of God. But most people are going to associate Blacks with being the children of slaves that come from African heritage, when that's not true.
Right.
So let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 37 one more time. Are you done with it? All right, no sweat.
Khan. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
Like they're not astonished like amazed.
Right.
They're astonished like, oh my goodness, look how far low these people are. Like it's almost like rolling through Kensington and seeing everybody doing the fent lean
Mhm.
or the dope head lean, and you looking like, oh my goodness, look how far down this place is falling.
Right.
That's how the world looks at us. And some people know who we are, but some people don't. So it makes it even more, of an astonishment, like, wow, like these people really can't get it right. These people really need, the oppressive tactics that the oppressor is given. And they really think that in their minds, that we need to, continue in the tradition of the abuse that they've given us. That's what they believe in their mind. They really clutch their purse or cross the street because we're a byword. We're a token of failure on this earth, when really the Father can restore everything back. We just need to open up that book and seek ye out of it, because none of the scriptures are going to fail. The laws are not going to fail. The blueprint that Christ gave us is not going to fail, but we need to do what the Most High required of us. Go ahead.
Con. And I got a precept too, just to clear up what you're saying.
Oh, no sweat.
It's in the book of Leviticus, chapter 20.
Most High in Christ. Let me get there with you.
Chapter 20 and verse 22.
You said Leviticus.
Con, sir. Chapter 20, verse 22.
20 and 22. That sounds familiar. All right, I'm there with you.
All right, it says, ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments,
right,
and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out.
Right.
And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. So the what he's saying with the all these things is before he was clearing up all the wickedness of the nations that's before us.
Right.
I mean, and just as the Adawan was bringing out earlier, we're looked at a certain way because we want to be like these other nations. We want to do what they're doing. We want to be amongst them instead of just being ourselves and being separate.
Right.
So Salakia.
Nah, you absolutely right. And as we look at what's happening to our brothers, I pray that, all of them, every single one of them, turn away from, them rosary beads. Right. Like I pray that our Mexican brothers, our so-called Mexican brothers and sisters, our so-called Haitian brothers and sisters, Jamaican brothers and sisters, because ICE is literally spewing them out, out of the country. Constantly. But if we had the Lord on our side, that's not something that we would have to deal with, So let me get Deuteronomy or Salakia. Let me get Jeremiah 24:9, because we need to get our reputation back. We need to make sure that they don't get to have the name of Israel, so that it's not really the name of Israel. Because right now, Netanyahu, they think he's an Israelite. Right. And he is a stark, raving European that comes from the bloodline of Greeks and Romans, the same people who tried to destroy the Lord's people thousands of years ago. And now he gets to lift up the book and pair it with another book, which is the Talmud. Don't the scripture, didn't it say, and none shall know its mate? I'm paraphrasing, but that's how you should know they're not the people of the book, because they pair another book with it that talks bad about Yahushua Mashiach, who the world so ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Right. The Talmud says that Christ is boiling in hell in excrement, in semen. That's what their book says, and they literally took the first 5 books and put it with that book that talks bad about Christ. But they're the Jews. They're following the way. No, Judaism is not the way. Zionism is not the way. They are not the children of the book. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are. And all you got to do is just start understanding that if you follow the ISUPK and we get you through these scriptures, you'll understand that too. That's but right. I guess Kanye got to say it, because when a rich man speaks, sir. You feel me? What's the basketball player's name?
Or NBA YoungBoy, or LeBron James, or
I'm talking about the brother who got fined and lost money.
Kyrie Irving.
Or I guess Kyrie Irving has to say it. because I don't got millions of dollars.
Sir.
But when I say something, they looking like, whose man's is this?
Right.
But Salaki, I digress. Go ahead.
Khan. This the book of Jeremiah, chapter 24, verse 9. These are 9, right?
Jeremiah 24:9.
Khan. And I will deliver them to be removed into all the nations of the earth.
Salaki, is it nations or kingdoms?
Salakia, kingdoms of the earth, for their hurt to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt, and a curse.
What society are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in where they actually rule? Even the president of Mexico is Jewish. Like, our representation is Donald Trump. We don't have people to go to the United Nations for us. Whatever nation that we're in, we are low. We're below them. We are below. We're on the bottom of the totem pole, no matter where we go. And we are a reproach. We are treated like trash. Continue.
Khan. In all places whither I shall drive them, and I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them.
Salaki, if you could drop that. We're going to get Ezekiel chapter 14 and verse 15. Salakia, Ezekiel chapter 5, 14 and 15.
Khan.
It really pains me to look on social media and see all of the just ridiculousness that I see, because we're not paying attention to what's really important. While we're worrying about just the small things in life, like putting on designer clothes, driving foreigns, buying bottles, being him, being that thing that everybody wants to be. Donald Trump is kidnapping presidents.
Right.
That's what their focus is on. Our focus is wearing a Dior jean jacket. Their focus is on enslaving the entire world. And because you're distracted, you don't even see it coming. You don't even see it. You believe that you can literally have a say in this place for things to go right for you. But no matter what direction it goes, if it goes Democrat or Republican, you're screwed either way. You're screwed either way.
Right.
If you got Republicans in office, your sons are going to be tormented by the police, most likely. But if you got Democrats in office, your sons are going to be tormented by pedophiles, most likely. Because both cultures are rooted in the same thing: oppression, evil, the work of Satan. Like, we could see the direction that we going in if you just peel your face out of that phone for a second. Stop looking at the twerk video on Instagram. Stop looking at the nonsense that they got going on baddies on the TV, and just look at the way the world is being shaped around you. The work today is going downhill faster than I've ever seen it. Go ahead.
And Salakia, that's a heavy point, because I seen a Instagram post not long ago of a famous brother. He's a rapper. And when Trump was doing what he was doing, he was like, are we going into war? Like, he didn't know nothing that was going on. And there's thousands of brothers and sisters that's paying attention to this brother instead of opening the book, like you saying, seeing that, yes, World War III is prophesied, and seeing that, yes, these things is said to come. Right. So prepare. You know what I mean? So that's a heavy point on how brothers would rather look at people who could teach them nothing.
Man, listen,
and the rich man who rather than the poor man who could show them, like, yo, look, it's here.
Donald Trump, he know, like, we look at Donald Trump, and we don't realize that he knows more. Like, even though he sounds like a babbling idiot to a lot of Democrats,
right?
When he's literally speaking and saying certain things, you got to catch it, because that means somebody gave him information that the average Black, Hispanic, or Native American has never been given that information. Donald Trump is aware of something, because when he said, I don't think that there's anything going to get me in heaven, I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. He's understanding everything, like, and that sounds like babble, doesn't it? But that's a direct quote. I didn't paraphrase it. That's a direct quote.
You know who he is.
He said, I may be in heaven right now as we fly on Air Force One. That's his quote, because he knows something that you don't know.
Right.
He knows that heaven is a state of being. He knows that right now he is in charge. This is his heaven. And in order for him to stay in heaven, he has to keep you in hell.
Right.
That man said, but he's thinking of the mythological place at the same time.
Right.
He's saying that I don't think there's anything that's going to get me to that heaven that the Most High is going to be ruling, or excuse me, that Christ is going to be ruling, but I'm going to take this heaven. And a lot of people, they have that mentality. They're like, I'd rather be what's that? It's a saying. It's like, I'd rather be a king in hell than a servant in heaven. I've heard that before, and that's stupid. That's stupid. Salakia, let's get back to it, because we ain't going to be here too long tonight. Let me see. I know pastors say that all the time, but I'm going to keep it real. We not. Where did I say we was going?
Ezekiel chapter 5 in verse 14.
Right. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's get that. Let's go to Psalms and Salakia for that. Let's go to Psalms 44, 13 through 14. Because we're in approach. They call us criminals. They call us, gang members. They call us, everything under the sun that's wrong. And even the things that we do. Like Donald Trump accused Venezuelans of bringing drugs over the borders through the waters. And he decided to declare it. You can just take it off the screen while you do that.
What chapter was you saying?
Psalms 44 and 13. And he decided, in order to manipulate, and that's how they do. That's another reason why these terms are put on us, to dehumanize us or make our actions seem like something far worse than what they've done, when they've done things that are absolutely unspeakable. I don't think a group of black people ever took over a European country and then colluded together to make them eat their own body parts. Right. Like they did that to Nat Turner. Like there was a global effort to destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans by the so-called white man, but we've never done that to people. We haven't destroyed, and then they'll say something to the effect, well, oh, there was slavery here, there was slavery there, everybody was a slave. Did you lose your absolute culture? Did you lose all of your language? Did you lose the right to be called a human being? No, it's not the same thing. Somebody stubbing their toe is not the same thing as somebody being paralyzed from the waist down.
Right.
That's not the same thing. Hurt is not the same hurt, because there is a far greater evil that's happened to us than anybody on the planet. And they're able to do this with the bywords that they use against us. But let's read it one more time.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 44, verse 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us.
The Lord has decided, since we don't want to follow him, since we want to follow the ways of the oppressor, since we want to have birthdays, and when you're having a birthday, that is reverence to another god.
Right.
That is the reverence to Artemis, like the moon god. That is reverence to a Greek and a Roman god. That's why that birthday cake is round and there's candles on it to light it up. That's why you make a loud noise and sing happy birthday, because they believed back in the day that it would scare away the evil spirits. We've done all of this and not opened up the book, not giving Christ the right amount, or excuse me, God the right amount of time. And this is where we're at now. We're in derision. Kensington and Allegheny is terrible right now.
Right.
Other parts of Philadelphia, DC, parts of Virginia, like Newport News, where they've been able to absolutely destroy us. They've been absolutely able to destroy us. And that they'll say all of these things. Democrats will say all these things about crime, this, that, and the fourth. But America is inherently soft on crime if you look at it correctly. Like the way America was started was on treason. It like they literally dressed up, committed identity theft, and pretended to be the North American Indians and destroyed the British government's property. For what? Because they said taxation without representation. Because you're mad that the Queen sent you over here to do something and now you don't want to pay taxes. What were they paying, like 1 to 2% in taxes? You know how much taxes we pay now? Man, damn near 35% is the average of what you pay in taxes, if you pay your taxes. But they decided to commit crimes and have a country founded on lies and unaliving. But apparently we're the criminals.
Right.
But America is soft on crime when it comes to them. Like there are federal agents of ICE that are literally kidnapping by definition. Let's look up the definition of kidnapping real quick.
It's like you why you do that.
No sweat, if you could.
Precept.
Con.
So just for the what he just said, and there's a precept for that in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. And it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood,
right?
Establish a city by iniquity.
Damn right. That's my scripture right there. That is criminal. And America not only forgave it, they didn't have to forgive it. They never acknowledged it as a crime.
Right.
They decided to make it a holy day for themselves. That day is set apart for the devil on earth. That is Thanksgiving. Read that one more time.
Con. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
You stole the land from the North American Indians.
Right.
And when you stole it, you built it on blood by literally having a massacre. That's what Thanksgiving is about. You're soft on crime because you're the criminals.
Right.
Donald Trump is pardoning actual criminals, and now they're running around as ICE, kidnapping people. It says kidnapping, the action of abducting someone and holding them captive. There are American citizens that I'm seeing on social media that are being dragged out of their workplace because they didn't give their ID fast enough. They're being taken down the street and beaten and then released later. You soft on crime. Nothing's going to happen to those people because America is soft on crime. All right, let me get Zechariah 5 and verse 4. And what you read Habakkuk what?
2 and 12.
2 and 12? Okay, Most High in Christ.
I
I might have you read Habakkuk. Matter of fact, can you read Habakkuk 2 and 9? That was one of the scriptures I was going to pull.
So like, I was just about to ask about that. I was just about to ask if that was kind of more so what you was just explaining.
Absolutely.
In the sense of like America being soft on crime.
Con.
So this is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house.
Right. Hold on, Salakia. Let me get there real quick with you. Habakkuk 2 and 9. Salakia, go ahead.
That he may set his nest on high.
Right.
That he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Now let's read that one more time so we could break that down. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. Like the crimes that you've committed, you've been able to build your house on that.
Right.
Because America allowed drugs to come in, because you teamed up and tricked the cartels into bringing in drugs to the inner city, tons of it. Because you've decided to destroy Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in their towns, you've been able to become filthy rich. The justice system makes about $400,000 per murder. Like every single time there is a, somebody is unalived in a city and is considered murder, there's about $400,000 that circulates. So they like when we're out hurting each other and assaulting each other. And they're able to live in these neighborhoods that are far away from the places that they've destroyed, and they're lifted up. Continue.
Khan. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul.
Right. Now, this is what the oppressor does, but some of our people have actually done this.
Right.
Some of our pastors have done this and created just I don't even know how to describe it other than just pure wicked evilness by shutting up the doors of heaven and lying to the people for their gain. And then those people that you collect money from, they go back to their poverty. And then just like that Drewski skit, they roll off. That pastor rolls off in his Dior and a Rolls Royce. You was gonna say the same thing, pretty much, because that's real. And I heard it was a lot of Christians that were mad, but you know how many pastors have to trick you for you to realize that not only do they not understand the scriptures from the way that God intended, because they go to a theology school that's rooted in damn near Greek mythology, but they don't even help enrich the people financially. They don't. We could drop that. We could hit Zechariah 5 and 4. Because you was about to say something?
Wow.
Oh, no sweat. Because what needs to be done is accountability. America's soft on crime. They don't hold the ICE agents accountable for what they're doing to our people. They don't hold themselves accountable for what they've done in the justice system, when they'll give us damn near 3 more times the amount of years in jail that they'll give us. They don't give that to a white person. But let's go ahead and read that.
And Salakia, and it is statistically shown that they're creating more crime than us.
Right.
So that's crazy.
Absolutely. They are the biggest drug dealers. They are the biggest unalivers. They are the biggest in number. I mean, they are the largest amount of rapists.
Right. Khan.
By number and by percentage. Because people, what do they say? Per capita? No,
right.
It's not per capita. You guys out there that judge Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, call us all these filthy things. You're literally, you know, the most wicked thing on earth when it comes to graping. But go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord,
right,
of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Why? And I wanted to bring this out because the Most High is literally calling these people that oppress us the house of the thief. That means that you have earned a title that is not given to the person that goes into Walmart and takes out what's a small thing that somebody might steal, like candy, deodorant. No, that's not the house of the thief. The house of the thief is somebody that steals countries, oil. You kidnapped the president of another country and you stole his oil. Read that again.
Khan. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief,
right,
and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain.
Don't they do that on the Bible?
Khan.
And they, when somebody is sworn in to, even as a president, even in the courtroom, they're sworn in. But if we look at the verse above that, let me see if I can get that. Just so y'all know what he's actually talking, what Zechariah is actually talking about. Yeah, I'm ready.
Then verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth
right
over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it.
Right.
And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
Right. So if you, I'm gonna just read verse 1 real quick. So Zechariah, he turned and he looked, and it says, Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered him, I see a flying roll, something that's flying. It's not just just a vision. He's seeing something flying, like a bird flies, insects fly, like something that's powered by something that's moving. It's not just floating like a cloud. It's flying, a flying. Pay attention to the semantics, flying. I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof there is 10 cubits. That's like the size of a small, maybe like a small plane. Like that's the measurements of a small plane. That's what's entering into the house of the thief. The house of the thief we got to pay attention to, because that's letting us know that there is somebody that's earned that title. There is somebody that is so wicked that the Most High has called them the house of the thief, that sweareth falsely by his name. All right. Let me just get one more set of verses. Let me just get 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 20. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
2 Timothy 2 and 20.
Con.
Khan. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 20. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver,
right,
and of silver.
In the world, there's not only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Continue.
But also of wood and of earth.
Right. There's also the other nations. Continue.
And some to honor and some to dishonor.
Right. There are the children of God, and then there are the children that are not the children of God. Continue.
Right. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor.
Right.
Sanctified and meet for the master's use.
Damn right. That meat means a good thing for the master's use. Continue.
And prepared unto every good work.
Damn right.
Flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid.
Right. No, we good right there.
Come.
So what I just wanted to bring that out was that be that vessel of honor, because we have vessels that are made for dishonor. That's why the oppressor seems like out of all the bad that they do, they look good doing it, don't they?
Right.
Not that they make it look cool, but they can be on cocaine and all these other drugs and be on this type of stuff, but they look so normal doing it. They can be a stark raving lunatic, and then they will seem like all of that demonic aura that they have is just hidden. Like it doesn't even, like, it just looks normal. But on us, you see what we look like when we're messed up. We look terrible because we're not the type of vessel that's supposed to carry that disgustingness.
Right.
Right. All right. So that's the end of the class, the water for everybody that tuned in. All right. Shalom, Lord in Christ. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there.